Hello, it's me again. Hello everyone. Hello. I see you guys logging in. Hey Tina, happy Galentine's Day. Hi Lee. Hi Cherie. Thank you. Hello, hello. I know, Terry, can you believe it? It's like, can you have too much of a good thing? Toot toot. I always say I'm tooting my own horn because I don't have anyone else to toot it. Hey everyone. Hello, hello. How's it going? Hello. Hi Kathy. Hi Ruth. Hi everyone. Terry, thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Hello. That was kind of a funny one. Hello. You guys, welcome. Welcome to Jane's birthday celebration, otherwise known as Back to Basics. Hello, hello. Oh, who has wine and chocolate? I just saw that. I'm like jealous. Somebody has wine and chocolate and I just missed the comment and I'm very jealous of you. That sounds wonderful. Oh, glass of wine, Linda. I'm jealous, girl. I'm so jealous. Hello, hello. I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited for our Valentine's Day Back to Basics. You guys, it's really cute. Okay, so I had a kind of a fun idea. For those of you who joined me this morning for the announcement, I said I'm not quite ready for Back to Basics yet. I'm still working out some stuff. And then I thought, you know what? It might be kind of fun to like work it out together. So I'll show you the project and then I'll show you the things that I'm like not as crazy about and then some of the things I really like. And then we can kind of work through the changes together just so you can kind of see my thought process. I just thought it would be kind of a different kind of twist on things. And, but yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys like this kind of idea. And, cause I know a lot of you guys have said you really like, kind of working through like the process with me, like how I choose colors and how I kind of decide where things are gonna go. So if you like that and you like this kind of video, I can certainly do more. I know some of you guys still like the kind of planned out videos and those I'll still have from time to time. But honestly, my schedule right now, it works really well with the impromptu videos and the videos like this where I might have an idea, but then we can kind of, as a group, work through some of the things that, you know, I might change if I were to, you know, teach you guys this kind of a video or this kind of a project on, you know, like a normal Back to Basics. So Terry, thank you. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you. That's so nice. I feel like I needed to get like a little bit jazzed up because it's Valentine's Day and I couldn't, so I put on my red sweater and I was like, oh man, I need my face on. Like I had to do my hair because I was like looking kind of ill when I put it on. I was like, well, so thank you. That's so nice. Marianne, how are you? Show and tell. Okay, perfect. I like it. I like it. I know you guys like updates. I have my last GI exam this Friday. And hi, Linda. Girl, you're right on time. We haven't even started. So happy you're here. So I have my last GI exam on Friday. But you know what, you guys? I really enjoyed this block. I really, really liked it. It's been really fun. There's a lot going on kind of in your GI tract. So it's definitely a lot more than I ever expected. Just crazy amounts of information. This has definitely been the most information we've had for exams like since we started. So it's definitely rough, but I do feel like I'm kind of getting in the swing of things. I feel a lot better. I'm getting more sleep. You know, I'm making a little bit better like health choices too, because I'm not so stressed out to like the point of like crying. I mean, Ruth Ann knows. Don't you, sister? I have talked to Ruth Ann a few times and just like unloaded. I gotta tell you, you guys, I know so many of you guys talk to her, and Ruth Ann, I love you, sister. She also sent me some care packages and just made me feel so loved, and I just want to shout her out for that. But honestly, it's been a whirlwind. I know some of you guys know, you know, I just never thought I could do something like this ever. And you guys have really gotten me through this. I'm not kidding you. Like, your prayers have changed my life. I can feel God's hand on me because you pray for me, and I feel that, and I ask that you would continue to do that, because God is using you in my life, and I just feel that support. It's like I feel you guys have your hands on me like this, like, you're good, girl, we got you. And I couldn't do this by myself. I really couldn't. I really genuinely could not, and I do just feel so loved by you guys, and I just want to thank you for that from the bottom of my heart. But I am excited for this video. I know not all of you guys are here for like the school stuff, and so I don't want to like take up the whole video for that. But I do have an exam Friday. Please pray for me or send happy vibes or whatever you want to do. Would just so appreciate that. And then our next block is Endo Repro. So endocrine and reproductive system. So that will be very fun. I think it'll be really interesting. And I've heard it's a lot of work too. I mean, everything is, but you know, it's a lot. So yeah, really excited about it. And then after that, I have neuro, which is kind of the scary block for everybody. I mean, everything, like, I've gotten through the big three. So cardio, respiratory, like pulm, and then renal. So I've gotten through all three of those, like the big three. But then there's kind of like a little break with like GI and endo repro, and then we have neuro. So neuro is just gonna be rough. So just so you guys know, that block might be a little tough for me. I might be on here like, you know, crying. Who knows? But I'm super excited to be here, and I've honestly been so pleased that I've been able to continue to do this and be on with you guys. So all that being said, let's get into the project, because really that's why you're here, right? We're gonna do a back to basics project. Really quickly, if you have not seen the throwback, I gotta do a plug-in for this because it's so good. The throwback today for this month is gonna be the little carousel floral set. This is so cute, or the floral carousel set. So cute. Video for this is on YouTube right now. With the purchase of that, you get your little freebie flags, okay, which is the exclusive that comes with that. And then for those of you who are still collecting all the little freebies, we have EF0223, and that is going to be the kangaroo. So you can get him. We brought him back for the same amount of time, that 3 days, okay? So, I need to like take a breath, right? I'm just so happy, you guys. I'm just really happy. I just love y'all, and I'm just thrilled to be here. Okay, so the project. Okay, so the project, also, can I just plug in one more thing, you guys? Just one more, sorry. I gotta plug in this because I just got sent these, and I am deceased. I am so dead over how cute the Art Impressions paper packs are. Have you guys seen these? I know that you've probably seen them if you've done the Valentine journal, or if you've checked out the journal, but I am telling you, these are so cute, you guys, and I have not like promoted our paper packs yet, but they are so stinking adorable. Look at these. Like, can you even handle these? Seriously. Look, so this is one side, and then look at the other. Ah, I'm dying. I'm seriously dying. Like, these don't have to be Valentine's Day. Like, they just came out now because some of them have hearts and stuff. But like, I would send a friend this. Like, it doesn't need to be Valentine's Day. Like, these are just cute. Like, look. And it's really hard too, to find papers that have small enough prints to not overtake your watercolors. So the paper packs are thebomb.com, okay? And I gotta give a shout out to Joel because he actually designed a bunch of these. Okay, so definitely check out the paper packs. They're really good prices too. All right, okay. All right, let's get to it because wow, am I just a chatterbox tonight? All right. Maybe it's because it's Galentine's Day and I'm with my gals, right? Okay, so I want to show you guys what we're going to do if I didn't misplace it. Okay, so this is the project that I did, and actually maybe we should just switch the camera over so that you can see. This really well. So let's do that. And I'm gonna walk you through like what I want to change on this thing, and then how what my semi-plan is. But I thought maybe we could walk through it together and just see what you guys think. Okay, so here we go. Little roller coaster ride. Hands up. Here we go. Woo woo. Okay. Let's see. I am going to just kind of get all set up here. Hopefully we are good to go. Okay, so let me just zoom in a little bit. Okay, hopefully that is a good view. So this little project I was like obsessed with. When I put it together, I was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? This is so cute. I can't. But there are a few things that I just don't like really love about this. I'm just gonna make my chair higher. Hang on. Okay. I gotta get comfy for this. Okay. So there are a few things on here that I'm just not like crazy about, but that I really like too. So first of all, the sets I'm using, I am using number, let me just take it out of the pack because it always wants to reflect the light. Number 5739 Birdhouse Village set, which is part of the new Valentine's journal sets, which are so cute. Those videos are now up on YouTube, so make sure you go check them out. A couple of them have no comments, you guys. Will someone go over there and leave a comment? I was like, oh my goodness, there's no comments. But this is so super cute. 5739 Birdhouse Village set. And I'm just going to use the basket and the flowers. And then this set might surprise you. Can anyone guess where the cat is from? Do you guys know? Honestly, it would be a tough guess, okay? Because you can only see like part of its face. But the cat is actually from the Peekaboo set, which is a Halloween set. So it's going to be this little cat. And he was like the perfect size for this. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just still going to use him. He's so super cute. And we're just going to watercolor it. This is 5506. And it is this little cute little Halloween set, which I did use one time last year. It was super fun to do. And I think I colored this little guy. So you could go check out that video if you want to. I mean, it's not really the season, but this guy is so cute. So I'm going to use him. And then I'm also using, and darn it, I still couldn't find the the little packaging paper for this. This is set 4. Let me just look one more time in here. It's watercolor foliage set 4, I believe. Somebody was such a darling and found me the number last time, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna find that again because I knew I was gonna use it again soon, and I couldn't find the darn packaging. I'm like, this is my life, you guys, right now. So, oh my word, you guys are seriously my lucky pennies because I just found it. Okay. And I literally looked for this just before I started filming. So that's where I am. 5126. Thank you so much. Somebody just, Diane and somebody else. Tony, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know you guys got my back. 5126. And it's just going to be this little guy here, or actually this one, I should say. Doesn't matter, either one. And then Foliage set 1, the little grass here, okay, the tiny little grass. And this is 4051. And of course, Kendra Dots, 5418, Bible Foliage set 2. And I'm going to use these little guys right here, okay? So, this at first sight, I think is super cute. What's bothering me right now, as I'm sure you can agree, is I don't like the bow. So originally I did the bow in purple because I was going to do like purple flowers. And then I realized when I had these flowers in, I actually didn't leave a lot of room because I put the foliage in right after, and then I was like, shoot, now where do I put my flowers? And it just got really, really overwhelming. And so I did end up putting a couple purple flowers in here, but I think it's just too much. So what I'm going to do is change. So I tried to go over this with the bleed proof white, which I think it was like semi-successful. You know, it's really great in a pinch if you need to cover something up. But I think I just, like, I was kind of in a rush. I didn't have a lot of time to do it. So I just quickly covered the purple and then put the pink over it, which kind of made it like a pinky purple, which is not bad. Like, I want you guys to know, I don't think this is bad. But if I were, you know, I have like pretty high standards when it comes to what I want to teach you guys. And, you know, in my mind, I would think, okay, this is just too, it's just too crowded. You know, I want to simplify things a little bit, especially for back to basics. And, you know, so I want to use a simple palette. So I'll probably change the bow to pink, and then, I'll just have like the pink and red flowers, and, I will take out these purple flowers that are kind of muddying things up a little bit. And then maybe change one of the grass colors to a different green, just because I think this same green, this is 177. I think that this, I could change it up and maybe use 276 maybe. Is it 276? What number is that? Where are you? 249, not, where did I get 276? So instead of that same green, I could maybe do like a 249 and then put like another foliage in here as opposed to like another flower. So that's kind of my thought. What do you guys think? Again, I don't think this is bad. I just think if it's something that I want to put, you know, out there for you guys, I want to, you know, I have a high standard for myself, and I want to make sure it's good. I want to make sure that you guys like it as much as I like it. And I just want to give you guys my best. So these are the things that I would change. But again, if somebody, you know, if I reverse psychology on myself and I think, if somebody gave me this, would I think of that? No. I would be like, oh my word, I absolutely love this. I love everything about it. I wouldn't change a thing. So, you know, it's really up to, you know, you and what you like. Certainly you could change like these flowers to purple or something and kind of keep that bow purple, which would be really cute. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I think this is going to be a really fun one for me to show you. I do want to say, just comment, there is some masking in here. So if you feel overwhelmed with masking, I want you to know it's, you know, I kept it really pretty simple. So I think you'll be able to follow along. But if you're like a beginner, it might be a little bit intermediate for you, just because we're not just doing foliage and flower. We are going to take, you know, and do a mask. So I wouldn't say it was intermediate, but it's maybe the next step. So if that's you, just watch this time and see what tips and tricks you can pull from this, and then maybe try it yourself afterwards, okay? So, and as we go, I'm going to try to like show you like next to each other kind of the progress we're making, you know, as far as like our new one goes. So, okay, let's get started. So what I'm going to do is take my little basket. So this is just that cute, super cute basket, which I love, just crazy about it. And I'm going to use our trusty two colors, 969 and 565, okay? 969 and 565. And I want to do the blue on top because I want it to appear more gray, because I want my cat to look kind of like a little gray tabby cat, okay? So I'm going to go brown first. And I'm going to leave this right here empty. Okay, these two sides here empty because I'm going to have foliage and flowers kind of coming out from either side. So I'm going to leave that empty, and then I'm going to color down here on my little basket. And baskets can be tricky, so give yourself, you know, a break if you're not crazy about the first one you do. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, because there's a lot of like little shadows and stuff in here. The biggest thing you want to remember when you're doing a basket is that you want to leave highlights in each of the little squares. Okay, so you need a highlight in every single square. All right, so I need something to stamp off on, and let's stamp off on this guy. This is just my little practice paper, or my little stamp off paper. That's still pretty dark. I'm going to stamp it again. Okay, and then I'm going to go down on my project paper, give it a huff. Give it a little huff. Oops, I have a hair in there. You know what? We're going to go for it because I don't want it to dry out. Okay, perfect. There is a hair in there. It's my hair, don't worry. Okay, so we'll put that one to the side. And I have my little basket now, okay? Catherine, you like my original. Thank you. That's so nice. Thank you so much. I am so not centered right now. Okay, I'm going to just zoom out a little bit just for now. I will zoom back in, okay? Just so I know for sure I'm not off screen. All right, so I'm going to take my little masking paper here, and I'm just going to put that right at the bottom of that basket. And the reason I really like this masking tape, this is by Post-it. So this is just the Post-it labeling and cover-up tape. I really like it because you can generally you can see through it. So if I were to take and zoom in, you can kind of see through it and see the basket, which is nice when you're masking things off so that you can see in there, okay? All right. So I'll just zoom back out a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to take my little cat, this little guy from the little Halloween set, peekaboo set. And I'm going to do the exact same thing, okay? So I'm going to color him, and I'm just going to go up to about here, and then just go down to about there. That's it. Because his tail and his feet aren't going to be in it, and neither are his ears because those flowers are going to be up there, okay? And then I want him to be gray, so that's why I'm doing the same colors. And I'm going to stamp him off again. So 1, 2, and now we'll go in. And hopefully I get him in the right spot. Okay, so good enough. We just want to make sure he's in that basket, and then I'll take my masking paper off. And there he is in his little basket. So cute. Okay. Now we will just add a little bit of color to the basket and the cat before we put in our flowers. So I'm going to take my #1 brush. This is the Connoisseur Synthetic Bristle Round Brush. Okay. And I really like these a lot. You can get these on the website. And I use these a lot. Okay, so I'm going to just take my little brush and I'm going to begin to pull out the color on my basket. And the reason I'm adding the water before I do flowers and all of that is just because I want to focus on kind of the intricacies of the basket before I go in and put all the other details in. And then same thing with my cat. So I don't want to do too much in here, especially with the bow, because I don't want it to muddy up the pink, but I do want to give it just a little bit of a shadow. Let me zoom in a bit more here. Okay. And just gonna bring out the color just a touch. Now, had I not stamped off, this would be so dark, this gray would be so extremely dark that it would just make the pink look really muddy, really muddy and not cute, honestly. So we definitely want to stamp off, especially when we're using the 2 colors, okay? And then same thing in here. I'm just going to be careful on the whiskers. Now this little guy is not a watercolor stamp, but we're still watercoloring him. So we just have to be mindful that he's going to have some elements that don't work with, you know, just normally work with the technique. So we can work around it. We just got to be careful. Like his little whiskers, a normal watercolor stamp would not have the whiskers already on here because it's hard to get in there with the color. But if we're careful, we can. Okay. So I'm just pulling out this color. I'm creating a little shadow under his chin just by pulling out the color in the lines. And if you're curious on how to color cats, I do have a video on coloring a bunch of different cats, a bunch of different colors. So you can go check that out. I'm going to do a dog one at some point. So for those dog lovers out there, I will. I got you, okay? All right. So, okay. Just bringing in my water here. And I'm just going to come across here and bring down that color. Now I can always add more color, but it's really hard to take it away. And see how handy this little brush is when I come in here with that color, because if I had that big brush, I would just be everywhere with it. I mean, I would have come over these lines, these whiskers long ago, right? Okay. All right. So the more I touch the lines, the more color I bring out. And you can see we haven't added anything to him, but he's really cute right now, right? So once we get the flowers and everything, I will finish the details on him. I want to put in some little stripes and all that stuff. But for now, we'll just leave him as is, okay? Now, I'm going to come into my basket and put a little shadow in here. And then on the sides, so baskets are the same as pots, right? They're rounded. So even though they have all these little intricate weaves, the majority of our shading is still going to be on the outsides, and then it will get less as it comes in. But you just want to make sure that you have highlights in every section. And I like to just put a little shadow on either side of the ones that are coming down, the little vertical weaves here. Okay. Give a little more water. And for these, we may have to add just a bit of color too, because they're pretty light. But I just want to make sure each of the little squares is highlighted. Except for the ones out here, it's okay to have these a little bit darker because it does add to the shadow on the outside. Okay. So fun. Okay, Sheila, the cat is from the Peekaboo set, which is this little guy. This little guy, which is 5506. And he is right there. Right there, that little guy. So cute. So just a reminder, you can use stamps from other sets. You just have to kind of work with them a little bit like we did. Okay, I'm going to use my little Micron pen and put the rest of his face in. So whenever you have an animal, you need to color in the eyes. Okay, so I'm going to leave a little bit of a white bit in there, but this will bring him to life. And I am a little bit shaky, so hopefully I get it okay. And then I want to leave just a little bit of a white on his nose. See how he's coming to life? And you guys, I'm not going to go into surgery, don't worry. I'm just a bit shaky when it comes to like the tiny details, but we'll work with it here. Okay. And it's okay if you're a little bit off. Don't worry about it. Okay. So there's our little kitty so far. And let's zoom out just a bit. Okay. So now we're going to think about putting in all of the little flowers, okay? So I'm going to start with this little guy. And this is in that same set as the basket. Okay, so in this basket, you're going to get the main flowers that we use. So the 2 here and then the 3 here. So the 3 are the ones I'm putting for her little headband, hers or his little headband. Okay, so I'm going to go 856, and I'm going to color this whole flower 856. And if you guys are stamping along with me, go ahead and grab out your Twintones, because we actually use those a few times in this project. So your little 12-pack Twintone set is really fun in this project. Okay, so because this is clear, we can see kind of where we're going. So there's my first little flowers. Oh my goodness, I seriously can't. I can't with how cute this is. And then I'm gonna go in with my other 2 here. Okay. So we got an email at school and reminding students, or was it an email or was it a group? We have a little group thread. Anyway, you could leave a little note for somebody for Valentine's Day or for whatever, and a little note of encouragement. And I thought that was so cute. So if you have a little note of encouragement for somebody in this group or anybody really, tag them and leave them a little comment of encouragement. I just thought that was so fun. So I have a couple people that I want to do this for. And then we can take our little note and like post it on the bulletin board in one of our hallways, and then people can read them. And I feel like, you know, letting those people know how much we care about them is so important, especially these days, you know. we might think they know, but they don't. So shout them out if you want to, or just, you know, say a little prayer for them or something. Hint, hint, today is Jane's birthday, so if you want to leave a little happy birthday to Jane, do so. I'm sure she would love that. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this other little flower. I'm going to hide this pink one. Notice I masked off the cat. Okay, I just kind of spoke right through that, okay? And then I'm going to stamp that little guy down. And then take off that paper, okay? So now I'm going to take my tiny little brush again, and we're going to start pulling out the color in these flowers. But yeah, I thought that was so cute, and just a really fun way to show people that you care. And then also, not only are you letting them know you care, for the people that don't know them, it adds to their reputations, you know, like if I say, like my friend Ashley, whom I absolutely love, she has gotten me through so much. Also, she's just one of those people that you can talk to about anything, and you know, who is just right there to support you. She's always someone I can text and be like, oh my goodness, do you get this? Like, I don't get it. And a lot of times she also doesn't get it. We work together and just try to figure it out. But she's not ever one of those people that, you know, makes you feel like you shouldn't have messaged her or, you know, something like that. She's always like, oh my goodness, like I'm here for you all the time. And so when I post, you know, my little paper about her, not only does it show her that I care, but it shows other people how amazing she is. And maybe they want to get to know her too. So just a thought, you know, when we say kind things about others, it's just represents them in such a beautiful light, and it makes, you know, the world a happier place too. So this is 856. Okay, so same color I did on the flowers. So 856. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this and put it right into those same flowers. So this is just the same color I used to stamp it, okay? And just coming in here, leaving a little bit of a highlight on the edge. And I don't know if you saw this, but there was some gray in here. I was not worried about that because it's just going to cover right up. But who has an Ashley in their life? Tag that person and just let them know how much you care. A lot of you guys I know in the groups are really good friends with each other. And it's not always the time or place to be like, hey, so-and-so's amazing. But now would be a good time just to let everyone know how amazing these people are. Just like I shouted out Ruth Ann. Ruth Ann, you are a queen. Okay, and I know a lot of people think that of you. I know a lot of people go to you because they know that you're a listening ear and that you are somebody who cares. And that's just so special in this world where, you know, we're going. It's like, man, we gotta slow it down a little bit and just appreciate each other, because in the end, what matters, you know, it's our friendships, the relationships we have with each other. Okay, and then I'm going to take 725, which is just that super pretty pink. Okay. Pink. And I'm just gonna do the exact same thing with these little pink flowers. Okay. And blurp. Just gonna go right in there. Okay. All right. When I say you guys got me through so much, it's so true. Oops, this is a red petal, but we're gonna make it pink. Oh, I think maybe it is pink. It's so true. I wish I could shout out each and every one of you. I really, there's just no words. I'm just gonna come in here with a pink and just pretend like there's a little pink flower back here, just to kind of help fill in that empty space, which I didn't do on my other one, but I do think it kind of adds a little bit and just kind of helps cover up some of that empty space in there. Okay. So now I'm going to come in with my red Twintone. Okay. Red Twintone. And I'm just going to come in and do some little shadows right around that inner circle where our pollen would be. And we're just going to shade these in. Now, since these are bigger flowers, we do need to take a little bit more time on them. That's why a lot of things are super small, so that you can just kind of stamp it in, add a little water and go. But some of these bigger ones, they take a little bit more. Oh, there's a pink flower back there. Whoops. I'm sure somebody said that and I missed it. So thank you if you did. There's a little pink flower back here. And I can't fully see where the petals go, but we're just gonna guess. And that's gonna be good enough for me. Okay. And then I'm gonna do this one, which is kind of that corally pink. Okay. Corally pink. And I always do that. I always open up the other side. And this is just that perfect color to put on at the base of the pink flowers. So I'm just gonna come in here, just adding a little bit of a shadow in there. It just adds so much, you guys. If you just take a little bit of time to put these little shadows in, makes a huge difference, okay? Now I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna put in a little bit of 055, okay, 055, and I'm gonna take my palette. It's gonna be hard to see this one. I wonder if I just take like my Twintone. 055. Okay, so this is gonna be the yellow. Okay, it's just always really hard to see the yellow number when I do it in that color. So hopefully you guys can see. So 055, and I'm just gonna drop it right in the middle of these little flowers. Don't feel like when you're coloring these flowers, you have to color the center in yellow. You do not have to do that, okay? You can just color them the color that you want them, and then color the interior yellow or whatever color. You know, a lot of the centers of flowers aren't yellow, and that's totally fine. Okay, now I'm going to take my orange Twintone, and I'm just going to semi shade this in the center, because yellow always needs something. I usually can't just leave yellow by itself. And then I'm going to take little dots with that orange. How cute. Let me just zoom in so you guys can really see these. Aren't those cute? Absolutely love these. These flowers would be super cute in your pots too, especially if you went right along the edge and then did like a big bouquet on top. How adorable. All right, now we can finish coloring in our little cat, just because I want to put in his little cheeks. He needs some cheekies. I feel like he needs cheeks. So I'm just gonna put in his little cheeks. I know they're gonna be kind of brown because he had those little brown whiskers underneath, but that's okay. We're gonna blend this out just a bit. Oh my goodness, I can't. So cute. Okay, so I use 725 for his cheeks. And then I'm gonna take and mix up a little bit of the 969 with the 565. Hopefully you can see this. I don't feel like I'm off screen. Okay, I'm just gonna mix these just like we did on the actual stamp itself, so I can get a nice gray color. Okay, so that's what I'll be using here. And I want to come in and just put a little shadow right underneath these flowers. Okay, and on the edge, just want to darken him up a tiny bit. And then I'm just going to blend this out with a wet brush. Just blend. I have no color on my brush right now, just water, so that I can get this blended out really nice. Okay, same colors. And I'm going to come in and just put some little tabby lines. Do not feel like these need to be perfect. Cats are going to have different color lines and designs on their fur and all of that. So don't overthink this. Plus we're going to put a bunch of greenery in here, so you do not have to have this be perfect. He's going to look a little bit mad for a second, I think. That's okay. Not too bad. Just blend this out a little bit. Okay. And then we'll blend out just a touch these little stripes. Just a touch. Because I'm just like that person. I'm that person, you guys, that I always tell us not to be. Don't worry about it if it's not perfect. Well, I need to tell myself that every so often. Okay, I'm going to put a little shadow in here, okay? And we can put it just a bit on the sides of our basket. All right, now let's color in our bow. So I want this to be pink. And like an actual pink this time, not like that purpley pink that I did, which was not bad. Let me just preface that, it wasn't bad, but I want it to be a little better. And I'm gonna mix just a little bit of these together, just so we have kind of a middle of the road color, which I think is kind of fun. Okay, so I'm just going to start by putting this color in the lighter areas. Just gently dropping in that color, because I know if I touch the edges, what's going to happen? I'm going to pull out that gray, right? Which isn't a big deal, but I really don't want to do that if I can help it. Okay. Oh no, I'm losing battery. No. I'm plugged in. Oh no. Okay, I gotta pick it up a little bit. I might have to go get another charger actually. But something tells me it would be, you guys would be okay with that if I need to, because you guys are amazing. Okay, so I'm just putting a darker color in the underneath part of the bow where the shadow would be. And then we'll shade in the bottom area of the bow, and then right next to where it ties is going to be a bit darker. Just remember, the less water you use, the darker the color will be. Okay, so we'll just mix a little bit more. And I forgot an entire side of this bow. It's been a couple weeks, you know. Okay. Just add a bit more of this and a bit more of that. I like this color a lot. A lot. That's really cute. See how cute that pink is? And just zoom out, especially when we go in with that same like corally twin tone. I'm gonna add in some darker shadows in here. And then on things like this, sometimes I like to add some of the bow lines back in using the Micron. Okay, so my little Micron tip. And by the way, my Micron is a 0.1. And you can get these on the website. Sometimes I just like to come back in and just put a few little lines in here, because I sometimes want my bow to just look like a bow. And when I color it in, it can take away the bowiness, I guess. Kind of like with our flowers. But if I just take my little Micron, it brings that bow back, okay? Same thing on my little cat. I want to add just a couple little lines, just to darken him up just a touch. Okay, cute. All right, now I'm gonna put in my vines. So the rest of this is gonna be pretty fast. I am going to do the vines in the 177. And then I think I'm gonna do the grass in the 249. So 177, and I'm just gonna ink kind of that, just that tip, and sort of as I go, kind of decide where I wanna go with it. I did like how it kind of crawled up the basket a little bit. So we can have a little bit of green up there, which I think is pretty cute. Maybe just stick a bit out here. Okay. How do you choose whether to use a Micron or a brown twin tone? So I use a Micron. I've been using a Micron a lot more commonly for like faces and stuff. But I'll use the Micron if I don't want that line to move. A lot of times, if I have the choice to do, you know, a Micron or a brown twin tone, and I don't want to risk the line becoming muddy or anything like that, I'll just use the Micron because it's not going to go anywhere. That once I put that line in for the Micron, it is in there. It's not going to move. So I can put, you know, whatever I want over over the top of it. You know, I can put water over it or whatever, and it's not going to move anywhere. Okay, so I like that more. Let me just show you the difference here. Where did I put that now? Oh, here. Just so far, okay? Just so far. You can see the difference in the color of the bow. I like the bow a lot more. It's a little bit more dainty on this side. Of course, I haven't added in all the little extra things yet, so we're gonna do that now. And I'm going to just dab with this is my little brush. I could use either or. Sometimes for these little vines, it's nice to use the little brush. Oh, and then on the other one, I didn't add a sky, which I think I do want. I think it'd be really cute. Even just a little one. Okay, and don't be afraid to go over your cat. You know, it's gonna be covered in these little vines and such. So if you don't put vines over the cat, it's gonna look like it's not really sitting inside. It's gonna look like it's sitting kind of on top of everything. So don't be afraid to, you know, stamp over. Okay, so I want to put just a bit more effort into this basket since I got you here. And since I'm a bit, just a bit of a recovering perfectionist. We know, right? You guys, some of you guys are too. 565, 969. Diane Mason, I'm looking at you, girl. We're in it together. Okay, so 565. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that and come in and just add just a little bit of a shadow. It's going to help this basket really stand out. Okay, you can see, just kind of angling those shadows in, bringing your eye to the center. All right. Oh, he's so cute. I seriously can't with how cute he is. This little baby. I know we have cat people here. I love cats too. Okay. Now I want to put in my grass. So let's do the grass. And I was going to do another vine in here, but I think it's full enough. So I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to take the 249 on my grass. And I'm just going to put a little bit. I don't want to overdo. Just a bit. And I might even, just to tie it all in, take that same vine that I used up top and put in a few more vines of this color just to really tie it in together. So this one. So with the 249, just put a couple in here of the 249 to tie it all in together. Because when you use different greens, it's good to do it because it just brings in more variety of color, but things have to be tied together. So because I didn't have this green anywhere else in the picture, this one down here, sometimes it can come off as just a little bit disconnected. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the grass. 177. and just put a bit down here. So it's basically the opposite, right? So I have a bunch of the 249 in the bottom and just a little bit of the 177, but I have a bunch of the 177 up top and just a little bit of the 249. And then we'll bring this over. Okay, and we'll add in a little sky, just a little sky. I don't want to do too much. And because I have the 565 in here, that's the blue I'm going to use. Just so it ties everything together. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit. I gotta be careful. And just bring it inside this basket. Getting really close to some of those pinks. I don't want to, just a little bit more water here, no color. And I'm just blending out this color just a touch. Diane, I know this is your favorite blue. Every time I use it, I think of you. Oh my goodness. Did you guys know Diane is a part of our design team now? Whoop whoop. So excited. So very excited. Congratulations, Diane. You are certainly a talent. We are very, very lucky to have you. Okay. So just a bit of blue in there. Just a bit. And I'm going to take that white, bleed-proof white. And I'm going to just add a little bit in here. So 565. Every time I use it, girl, I think of you. I'm not even exaggerating. Every single time I use it, especially when I use it for the sky, I'm like, oh, Diane. Oh my gosh. So funny. We all have our preferences, right? Okay. And I'm just going to put a few of these little white flowers in the areas that are darker, okay? So white won't show up on white, so we got to only put these in the areas where the color is dark enough to support the white dots. Okay, so I'm just going to put some up in here, put a little white on the bow. I want to just do a little bit of white in here because I feel like I got his mouth kind of wide. But that's just me being a perfectionist again. So no need to do this. But I was kind of shaky when I did the black. So this bleed-proof white is really awesome for this. When you're like, I need to just go back in and cover some stuff. It's just a bit thick in there. And I'll put a little bit of white down here just so it doesn't look like I only did that mouth area. Oh, sometimes I just laugh at myself because I can be silly. Okay, we'll put a little white dot in each of the flower centers too. Oh my goodness, cute. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna do just one more little thing. Oops, whoa, because my phone is going to certainly die here pretty soon. I'm just gonna come in with my brown Twintone. And actually this is another thing. The brown is lighter, you know, not by a ton, but it is lighter than that black Micron. So if I want to like darken shadows, I'll usually use the brown as opposed to like that black Micron. If I don't want that line to be so strong, like what I'm doing around the basket, I don't want this line to be, I don't want it to be black. So I'll go in with that brown and just kind of keep it a little bit lighter. Okay, and then of course Kendra dots, right? Gotta have these. And I did them in purple last time, but I think I'm gonna do them in the pink, just to kind of keep everything like cohesive. I'm just gonna stamp this off. It's kind of a purpley pink right now. And we'll just come in here and stamp a few of these little guys. And then we'll compare and see what we think. Maybe we like the other one more. Who knows? And you know what? That's totally fine if that's the case. You know, this is just my thought process, right? This is just kind of what I think of when I'm making these projects for you guys. Maybe I'll put like a tiny bit of red in here. You know, I'm always thinking of what I can teach you. And so I hope this was helpful. And let me know what you learned or what your favorite thing about this tutorial was. And let me know if you like these kind of tutorials where, you know, maybe I'll have an idea and we walk through it and you can kind of see if it's something you like or if you want to change something. I'm going to put some little whisker dots on his face. Okay, so here is both of them. I think they're both really cute, but I do like this one a little bit better just because it's, I think, a little bit more cohesive, but I think they're both really fun. And if I would have gotten these from somebody, I would have been thrilled. So please don't, you know, misunderstand. I don't think this one's bad. And it's just not the colors that I would have preferred. So as far as like what I make, not what you guys do. I love everything you guys make. And if somebody else would have made this, I would have thought, oh my gosh, that's so cute. So anyway, I hope that you guys like this. I'm gonna switch the camera back around and tell you goodbye. Of course, let me know in the comments if you want to win my little project tonight. Okay, so here we go. Another little roller coaster ride. Okay, whoa. Oh my gosh, you guys, my wall. So bad still. So bad. Oh, am I like a little sweaty? I'm like getting warm in here. Thank you guys for coming. I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed this. As always, make sure to check out the throwback, okay? Make sure that you get in on it before Thursday at midnight because it's going to be gone after that. So you want to make sure to get it, and you'll get the little freebie flags with it. I don't even know where it went. Oh, here. Here it is. You'll get the freebie flags with it. Okay, these little guys. And then you can also jump in on the no pun intended. jump in on the kangaroo, okay? I love you guys. I wish that you were all here. Maybe someday we can all get together and have a stamp day or something like that. That'd be so fun. But until then, I'm wrapping my arms around you, giving you a big, big, giant Valentine's Day hug. And until next time, mwah, sending hearts and love. Love you guys. Bye.